Have you ever wondered why we say a piece of advice and not a advice? Well, you're about to find out. Uncountable nouns or mass nouns are terms that don't typically refer to things that can be counted. They encompass a broad range, from substances like water and sand to abstract concepts such as freedom and information. Unlike countable nouns, uncountable nouns are always singular and don't partner with articles like a or an. Let's dive deeper into these intriguing parts of speech as we explore different types of uncountable nouns. First up, let's talk about substances. These are the materials around us that we can feel but not count. Take, for example, water, air, rice, and gold. Each of these items represents a substance that exists as a mass rather than as separate countable units. When you pour water into a glass, you're not counting individual units of water. You're simply observing a quantity of this fluid substance. Similarly, air fills the space around us. It's everywhere and nowhere in countable form. Then there's rice, a staple in many diets around the globe. While you might scoop a cup of rice for cooking, you're not dealing with single countable grains, but rather a collective mass that defies simple enumeration. Gold, treasured and valuable, is another perfect example. It's often measured in bars or ounces, not in countable units. This precious metal flows into molds to form bars or jewelry, yet the substance itself remains fundamentally uncountable. While you can have a cup of water or a bar of gold, you still can't count water or gold by themselves, can you? Moving on to a less tangible category, we encounter abstract nouns. These intriguing elements of language such as bravery, knowledge, and happiness are the building blocks of our thoughts and emotions. They are not objects we can touch or count. They are vast expanses of human experience, boundless and deep. Consider bravery. It isn't something you can hold in your hand or see with your eyes, yet it's as real as the ground beneath our feet. It's the intangible force behind every act of courage, every moment when someone chooses to stand up rather than step back. Knowledge, too, is limitless. It isn't confined to the pages of a book or the walls of a classroom. It grows, expands, and evolves with every new discovery, every shared idea. It's the invisible yet essential fuel for innovation and understanding. And then there's happiness, a concept so universally sought after, yet so uniquely experienced. It cannot be measured or weighed, but its effects are palpable in the joy of a moment or the contentment of a lifetime. It's fascinating how concepts like happiness or fear play such a big role in our lives, yet they remain uncountably vast. Now, let's explore some uncountables that often catch English learners off guard. In the fascinating world of the English language, nouns like luggage, furniture, and information stand out. While these might seem countable at a glance, English treats them quite uniquely as singular masses. Take luggage, for example. No matter how many suitcases or bags one might own, the term remains steadfastly uncountable. We don't say luggages, even if it's tempting. Instead, we use phrases like pieces of luggage to quantify them. Moving on to furniture, this term encompasses everything from chairs to tables, yet it remains singular. You wouldn't hear someone say furnitures when referring to multiple items. Instead, one might say pieces of furniture. And then there's information, a noun that might encompass countless data points or facts, yet is always treated as an unquantifiable mass. We never say informations, regardless of quantity. It's always just information. Always remember, no matter how many suitcases you have, you still say 3 pieces of luggage. You might wonder, why bother with all these rules? Well, understanding uncountable nouns is crucial for anyone looking to master the English language. This knowledge isn't just academic. It's about making your communication as clear and precise as possible. Consider this. Saying, "I need informations," or "Can I have some advices?" might confuse or even amuse a native speaker. Such errors stem from misunderstanding uncountable nouns, which, unlike their countable counterparts, do not typically pair with indefinite articles or plural forms. By recognizing these nouns, you ensure your English is grammatically sound. Furthermore, learning about uncountable nouns helps avoid common pitfalls that many learners face. It aids in distinguishing between general and specific quantities. Knowing when to say a piece of advice instead of an advice can be the difference between an awkward or a fluent conversation. Mastering uncountable nouns not only polishes your grammar, but also sharpens your communication skills. Keep exploring, and you'll find the nuances of English less daunting.